afternoon and welcome to the May 21st edition of The Pulse. Thank you for joining us. I'm Annabelle Watson. Coming up, we will highlight a senior athlete's hard work in the Manchester High Teacher of the Year. We have all this and much more on this edition of The Pulse. With the CDC's recent announcement that vaccinated people will be able to ditch masks, we are returning to some sense of normalcy. Here at MHS, we are working towards pre-pandemic times with senior night celebrations. Kate Regan takes a look at how teams are honoring their seniors in this strange year.
After 4 years of games, laughs, tears, and memories, senior softball players Katie Lee and Angelina Warren are reaching the end of their time on the MHS softball team. Their hard work and dedication to the team did not go unnoticed this past senior night as the team took some time to appreciate their leaders. Teammate Vicky Resto describes the impact that Katie and Angelina have had on the team.
Every day they come in ready to play, they stay positive, and they just love helping the team out.
Whether it's cheering on teams during games, giving advice during practice, or being the big sister for the team, Angelina will miss her experiences that have shaped her throughout her MHS softball journey.
I'm gonna miss all the supportive people and friendships that I made because I got close with some people, so it's nice.
Although not every day is a fun, memory-filled day, luckily Katie's been playing with these girls since she was only 5 years old. By developing this tight group, she's helped the team unite, making it easier to overcome challenges and help not only their success on the field, but to help deepen their friendships.
I'm just gonna miss playing with the girls I've played with since I was really young. I started playing the sport with them and they kind of made me love it. So,
at a time of unpredictability, the entire team was grateful to be able to give these seniors their last season, especially Coach Danielle, who has been by their side watching them improve since tryouts of their freshman year.
Knowing we were going to get to have this season, knowing they were going to get their senior season and have it be as normal as possible, we got all 20 games in, it's a regular schedule, we have a full state tournament, so for me the best memory was day one of tryouts and getting to give this type of season to our seniors and allowing them to play this out.
Although senior night can symbolize a sense of sadness, it is also a time to appreciate all they have done for the team. Katie and Angelina have no doubtly made an impact on the MHS softball team. From The Pulse, this has been Kate Regan reporting.
While many seniors are celebrated for their athletic achievements at night, during the day they're working hard on their AP tests. Jared Lindstrom examines the changes the College Board has made to these yearly assessments.
MHS's quiet quarters have been bustling with activity in recent weeks. While some students have welcomed a return to in-person learning, many feel unprepared to take their AP exams after traditional preparations have been derailed. For many sophomores, taking the AP World History exam is difficult enough during an ordinary year. Jeremy has had to learn how to navigate an increased workload.
I think that the most difficult part about the AP course has probably been the quality of the work that you need to put through, because you really need to think about everything you've really done.
Ms. Roback has tried to replicate the traditional experience of taking the course for sophomores, although presented with a tight timetable to cover the necessary content. She delved into the curriculum in order to determine where to concentrate instruction.
I spent a lot of time focusing on what are the required elements and skills that students are going to need in order to be successful on this exam, and maybe kind of did away with some of the other activities that I might have done in the past.
Alexandra, who has previously taken an AP course, has struggled to keep up with all the content with limited in-person instruction.
I think for sure there was a huge learning curve in terms of time management. With my A-Push class, I couldn't read the whole textbook, so I had to resort to using videos.
With the exam being administered virtually, Alexandra is also concerned about the inability to modify her answers.
So a lot of my friends and I were just kind of really worried with the fact that we can't go back to a question after we answer it, and especially in a free response, maybe I want to work on a different section beforehand, and that kind of worries.
Webster has been eager to help his students by offering after-school review sessions on key time periods. Despite extensive preparations, students will likely encounter questions based on content not covered, but Mr. Webster encourages students to give their best effort.
All I ask is that you try your best, because there's going to be things on there that we didn't get to talk about. So don't stress over it. Don't leave things blank. Just try your best, and so you don't get penalized for guessing.
AP exams will definitely present challenges to students this year with limited instruction, the inability to change answers on the testing app, and struggles with learning and digesting all the content.
MHS students are determined to persist through their AP exams, even though the pandemic may have curtailed instruction. We wish all the students taking their exams in the coming weeks the best of luck. From the Pulse, this has been Jared Lindstrom reporting.
Many students' success on their AP exams is due to support from their teachers, like Mr. C, who was the 2021 Manchester High Teacher of the Year. Daisy Gonzalez steps into the classroom to spotlight this standout teacher.
It may just seem like a classroom on the outside, but on the inside resides Mr. C, the 2021 Teacher of the Year.
But it did make me feel great. It was nice that the students were here. And I think the first thing that I said to them when it happened was, like, if it wasn't for you guys, it's not possible for me to be receiving any kind of recognition.
Mr. C is one of the social studies teachers here at MHS. He prides himself in pushing his students to work hard.
Who wants to go at home?
Teaching online this past school year was very difficult for teachers to do, but having to teach both in person and online in the same class is a challenge. But Mr. C and his co-part have done a great job in achieving this tricky task.
Yeah, this was a tough year, and I do think that the only way I made it through, I'm not trying to be dramatic, but there were points where I felt like, can I do this? Can I finish this year? And it was the support of my colleagues, and it was the support of the students, and like having that working relationship with them that pulled me through.
Mr. Navarra, a social studies teacher here at MHS, was last year's Teacher of the Year. He believes that Mr. C received Teacher of the Year because
I think he's probably deserved it for most of the 22 years he's been here. So it's great that he finally got his due.
Another person always cheering Mr. C on is one of his American Studies students, Megan Miazga.
Mr. C always comes into class ready to teach about the topics that he is very passionate about, and he adds a personal connection on that, which makes it a lot more fun to learn about topics that people wouldn't really be intrigued about or interested in learning.
Congratulations, Mr. C. Thank you for all that you've done. You deserve it. From the Pulse, this has been Daisy Gonzalez reporting.
From Mr. C's American Studies class to the broadcast journalism class that produces this program, MHS offers a wide variety of unique courses. One of these is the auto class taught by Mr. Pritko. Alec Byros zooms over to room 167 to highlight this one-of-a-kind class.
Hidden behind the doors of room 167 in MHS is a car lover's dream. MHS Auto Garage, home to the auto class, entails everything you would find in a professional auto shop, from an airlift to every wrench imaginable. For an active student in the MHS community, the class provides an all-new aspect to their typical day.
This is a class that I enjoy being in. It's something I don't typically get to do things with cars unless it's a special occasion. So being in this class allows me to do those things.
This class is led by tech ed teacher Mr. Pritko, who is in his 26th year at MHS. For students aspiring to learn more about cars, Pritko provides a new challenge every day.
The uniqueness of this class is what comes in here on a daily basis. The more cars that come in, the more problems we can look at, and you never know what the next part's going to be or what issues may occur.
Senior Owen Wakeland has decided to take the auto class this year and appreciates the experience he has had.
Even recreationally and professionally, this class helps with just learning about cars in general. Anybody that likes cars, it's a great place to just try and get hands-on, because this is probably the most technical part of Manchester High School.
For any aspiring mechanics in MHS, the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics predicts that the number of jobs for auto mechanics will increase by 17% through 2020 compared to 14% for all occupations. Therefore, take the advantage of the early start Manchester High School has to offer and participate in the automotive class.
The MHS Auto Garage right behind me offers an amazing opportunity for students who have a passion for cars to escape the everyday school life. From The Pulse, this has been Abdullah Barlas reporting.
We now head to the track, where Abdullah Barlas laces up his shoes to spotlight MHS cross-country and track athlete Anthony Amaral.
The track team has been a great program for too many years to count. This helps the individuals of the team reach big goals every year. One of those individuals being Anthony Amaral.
To your mark. I didn't say go.
Anthony has been a part of the track team over his 4 years at Manchester High School. However, after his sophomore year, he made the switch from playing soccer to running cross country for the fall. This switch was influenced by other members of the team, such as Caleb Curtis, who had noticed the potential that Anthony had within.
If we really think about it, that switch made Anthony such a better runner. I mean, not that he wasn't good before then, but you go from running 2 seasons to running 3 seasons. That switch made it so, like, we beat Tom. We're going to go undefeated this year, and that's partly because of Anthony. I mean,
Anthony Amaral, give me a hand from Manchester.
Despite joining the cross-country team as a junior, Anthony had dedicated himself enough to earn a spot on the roster of Division I Central Connecticut State University. To help Anthony reach this milestone, Manchester High School is fortunate enough to have all the great coaches we have, one of those coaches being Coach Benzinski, who has had quite the experience with coaching.
Anthony had to overcome a lot, more than most, to get where he is now, and I'm very proud of him for that. The last man standing at a track meet. He'll be there putting covers on the steeplechase, water jump. He'll be one of the last people to leave practice to make sure everything's right. Those are the little things that make a captain a great captain. And I think that Anthony is one of those types.
Despite having to quarantine not once, but twice, Anthony continued to persevere and use that as motivation to get through the season.
I just kept thinking about what comes after, what comes after quarantine. And that kind of helped me push through. I've done cross country for Coach B and O'Reilly, really. They both said it would be way better, and, in the back of my head I knew that if I did it, there'd be way more opportunities.
Here on this track, there has been a great legacy of former athletes and current athletes of MHS. As someone who has been a teammate of Anthony's over the years, I can confidently say that he has worked his way to becoming a college athlete. We wish the best of luck to Anthony and the rest of the team as they head into conference and state championships. From The Pulse, this has been Abdullah Barlas reporting.
Well, that's all the time we have for you today. Tune in next week for more stories about the Manchester community. If you have any story ideas you think should be included in our program, email Mr. Larson at b11elars@mpspride.org. Please make sure to follow us on social media and check out our past work by heading to mhstelevision.com. I'm Annabelle Watson, and this has been The Pulse.